Okay, yes.
You had
And there was also the Mexican comics based on the adventures of the masked wrestlers, such as Sunzu and Blue Demon.
Yes.
Of course, you gotta have those.
Oh yeah, those are staple for Mexican.
I was also introduced to that at the same time, so bringing that on the mixture with all that in combination and put it into one formula, that was also the part of creation of El Gato Negro.
Right, that's wonderful. Yeah, so an American and Mexican pop culture influence at the same time.
Got it.
Right. Now, you're also a fan of some of these great Mexican painters. Like, I guess people would see their work on these calendars. Like, you go to the panaderias and see the Aztec art and the painting by Jesus Elguera and Jorge Camarena. Yeah.
All the calendar art.
Yeah, calendar art. I like that.
Yeah, I was also heavily influenced on that too, because Jesus was very unique in his own way, because he did it almost in a comic book style.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way he did it. That caught my eye as well.
To me, it was kind of like seeing a Marvel comic artist, John Buscema, painting like these great Aztec warriors and Aztec princesses and all that.
Oh, they were all beautiful.
Yeah. That definitely, I think that influenced quite a bit of us as artists, and even comic artists. I know our mutual friend and another comic book artist, Rafael Navarro. He's a big fan of the calendar painters. So.
Oh yeah, the great Rafa.
Yes. And he was also talking about Mexican wrestler comics and stuff. So yeah, you're talking about it. So yeah. There's a lot of threads that go through a lot of our work together, and I'm sure the listeners, if they're not familiar with these things, they should check out some of the old classic wrestlers and comics and all kinds of stuff.
They produce the best.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the character El Gato Negro? He's actually a generational superhero, right? There was one before him.
Yes, his grandfather, the very first El Gato Negro, a Mexican man. Wrestler turned adventurer during the 1950s or 60s. Of course, he had his own stories to tell grandson about his adventures. His, I guess, a version of supervillain back then in the past. Now retired and wanted the produce business and has his grandson there. His identity is Francisco Guerrero. And he's a young Latino male in his mid-20s, social worker by day, and at night, he's modern day El Gato Negro. He's compared to as the Chicano version of Batman.
Right, like a creature of the night, and
Creature of the night.
A skilled fighter, hand to hand, and then he's got a couple of gadgets and weapons he'll employ, right?
Yeah, he has his own gadgets. He's got like a assistant mechanic that develops a lot of his weapons. And knows only one of few people that knows his secret identity. Here, he builds a lot of the vehicles like this motorcycle.
Right. What led you to do it as a grandfather and grandson lineage? Because I know, like in comics, like there's what's that character? Oh, the guy in the purple suit. Oh my God, I'm blanking. You know, the Billy Zane movie a couple years, The Phantom. You know, the idea.
The Phantom. Yes.
Yeah.
In that tradition.
Yeah. I like that.
Only that. The Phantom has so many Phantoms from generations ago, but this was just like passed down like second or third generation of El Gato Negro.
Right.
On here too. And Phantom is one of the other comic strips that I also grew up on. I enjoyed that a lot because I grew up admiring a lot of the nocturnal type of superheroes as opposed to a lot of bright colored ones. And too bright.
Right. Too bright to be hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best type of element to be a superhero.
The other thing,
my opinion.
No, right. Well, it definitely works for the character you created. I mean, yeah, just the name and everything is mode operating.
And of course, like El Gato Negro, he'll have his array of other colorful array of supervillains.
Yes, the rogues gallery. Yeah. What good is a superhero if he's just sitting around waiting for something?
Twiddling his thumb.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can walk the little old lady across the other side of the street now.
Well, they got other superheroes that can do that. I think those kind of belong with the bright colored ones.
Right. The kind of like the golly gee whiz type of superhero,
Boy Scout man.
Yeah, but hey, the latest character from Azteca Productions. I like that.
Oh, no.
There you go. Now, originally, El Gato Negro, he came out in a 4-issue series. Is that correct? When you first did him?
Yes, it's a 4-issue story arc on there, and it came out almost yearly, like other independent publishers,
right?
On there. And at that time, when I put El Gato Negro out, it was right in the midst of when the comic book industry was pretty much in turmoil. It was almost like create something that's really good for the industry, but at that time, they had something similar to the writer's strike.
Right.
And a lot of the retailers, especially in North Texas area, there was a lot of retailers shut down and went belly up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at that time, and it was a terrible time for the industry that we love so much. But, the industry has changed a lot. It's got a life like Dracula.
Yeah, right.
It comes back from the dead, and I spoke to a comic book legend, Will Eisner.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows who Will Eisner.
Creator of the Spirit.
Right, and I remember giving him a copy of El Gato Negro with one San Diego Con, and I dedicated that book to him in my first issue. And he told me that he had seen this industry die like 3 times.
Right.
So I kind of took that, those words and put that in the back of my mind. It just never die.
Well, it's a business on one side besides an art. So yeah, I guess I'm not a business major, but yeah, businesses always go up and down, and you got different things going on in the structure, distribution or economics. So yeah,
exactly.
But the art form is so strong and so well loved. And it's practiced by so many people. It always will be. Yeah, it's going to be around.
It's a lot stronger than ever now.
Oh, absolutely.
Than ever. With the making of all these comics turned into movies, it's a lot stronger. I see that there's no dead end ahead right now.
Oh yeah, no, that's movies, TV shows, animated video games. Yeah. There's definitely looking at comics now more than ever for, different ideas, new ideas, exciting, concepts and characters.
Oh gosh. And the list goes endless.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the other thing too that gives it a lot of, newfound hope and strength, the comic industry is, not just superhero comics or genre comics, but, all these other books that are finding homes now, with like a lot of the old New York publishers where they're actually starting up, graphic novel imprints
exactly.
In addition to their novels and children's literature. So yeah, I think, we knew all along comics were a great, storytelling, art form, and now, everybody seems to want to read them.
Yeah, exactly. But when creating this book, at that time, I didn't want it to let it die, because there are times when you go to these conventions and you sell these books, and